Oh no.
Yep. Maybe it's more safe in the water.
Everything is very solid.
Okay. Kijk, ik ben niet zo.
Okay, now. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tom Heathman, bus car president. We're at the mine site. You saw the newspaper says August 12th. It's actually August 21st, Friday, at 1 o'clock, California time. We just crossed the creek to get to the mine. We're going to continue up, show you what it looks like because it's quite the mess. And this is where we're going to try to dig it out where it collapsed and then open it back up so that we can get back to the ore body. If you'll follow me. My prop off. Thank you, ma'am.
My pleasure.
So, this is Tom Heathman again. I just wanted to show you guys behind me is the opening to the old tunnel that is collapsed. So that's what we'll be digging out. About 38 feet back from these trees is approximately where the north tunnel exists. And you can see we've got quite a bit of work to do. We'll be having equipment come in shortly and we'll be digging it out. All of this vegetation, we'll go ahead, we'll clear that very quickly. Over here is part of the ore pile that we put in here in 2005, 2006. This ore pile was what we sampled when we got the ½ ounce of gold. Today we're going to go ahead and sample it again and show you guys what we find. So we'll go ahead, we've got a piece of equipment here called a gold cube. The gold cube will allow us to process quite a bit quicker. So, if our helper over here, Mark, wants to come and start shoveling, dig deep, Mark. It's been sitting there a while, that gold settles.
I know. Pretty sandy.
Yeah, it's not real deep. You can see the material's fairly fine, but it's got some rocks in it. This was some of the last ore we pulled out of the mine. So what we'll be doing with this ore is we're going to run it through a very small gravity and water fed system called the gold cube. If we had the small sampling mill out here, we would be setting it up right along in this area so that we would have to clean up all the rock and everything and smooth it out quite a bit before we could set up the machinery. But instead of just carrying it down and running it through a water-based system, we would actually be crushing it and grinding it into basically a powder. The consistency of this is very close to what we would end up with running through the mill. Let's head on down to the creek area where the gold cube is set up. All right, Elena, we need somebody. This cooked rock like this contains quite a bit of copper, gold, and silver. Okay, and like I said, this black rock is very rich. But mostly what we've seen before is this black rock tends to be full of copper with some gold in it.
I'm not sure.
So there's a spot right there. There's some right in here, and over in here that indicates that probably got gold in it. This is one of the black rocks that's been opened and broken open.
Yep, I just broke it.
It may look like.
So this section is our washing section, and that doesn't allow anything any bigger than the holes to go through. When we pull this out, whoop, there we go. Then you have some nugget traps right here. Now we don't expect nuggets because this is out of the mine and most of the gold's very small. You want to go ahead and shut that off temporarily? Okay, this unit, which is the washing unit, will come off, but you can see that there's a downward slope, and that's where it starts going into the small riffles that will catch the gold. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take this apart, and we're going to pan down what we caught in the small riffles. How do you want to do this? One at a time?
Pull it straight up.
Well, okay, these are the smaller riffles we were talking about, and we're going to clean those out.
Oh, yes.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, that is... What? You took one of my slivers? You want some more? We don't get all of it out, we'll get it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can already see the black sand, which is the heavies. It's already starting to show up. And so we're going to pan this down and get rid of the blonde sand, and we're going to end up with black sand and gold. Okay? The first idea is to shake it down, because as we know, gold is heavier than everything else and it'll go to the bottom. So we're going to shake it down, get all that good black sand down there, and we'll start pouring off the blonde sand. Shake it down. So that's mostly black sand now, right? So now we're going to swish it carefully, and hopefully we'll see a streak of gold right at the back side, and I'm already seeing it right in there. You see the gold right there by my finger? Okay, let's keep going. Right here is a bunch of gold, and I don't know if you can see it that well. Please zoom in real close. But there's a bunch of gold right there, and you can see it in the black sand right along the following edge. All right, so that was approximately 2 cubic feet of material. The thing about it is that when we're able to process 10, 12 tons a day, where a ton is equal to approximately 15 cubic feet, we should be seeing quite a bit more, because the system that we're going to be using will be able to capture the small stuff. And we'll be able to break up the larger rocks very well, grind them right up, and get all the gold out of it. This small amount right here really isn't that much, but when you do this 12, 15 times a day, it starts to add up. The main thing is that if you ever hear of anybody say there's no gold there, or that this was all old, yeah, it's not true. Today's the 21st of August, 2020. We're up here, we're working. We're going to try to have this thing open within the next couple of weeks, and hopefully be putting ore on the ground within 3 to 4 weeks. When we get the equipment up here, approximately in 5 weeks, we'll be able to start processing this and we'll be able to get the gold. When we get the gold out of the material, it will be because we've had the opportunity to grind it up, crush it up, grind it up, and be able to use the equipment at about 1 ton to 2 tons an hour. So thank you much. Y'all have a good day. Pay attention. It's gonna get better from here. This is Tom Heathman signing off.